Thank you, everyone, for joining us today here at Levittown Public Library, Stretch Fusion with Debbie. Today is Thursday, April 27th, approximately 1:30 p.m. Go ahead, Debbie.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, everybody, welcome to today's class. Good to see you all. So we're going to get started. Just a brief reminder to everyone to honor your own issues. If you have shoulder or any injuries or anything, just to keep in mind, just because I say reach all the way up here, if that's not good for you, your shoulder, you reach where you can reach. Stretching should feel good. You should never experience any kind of pain. So if you do, please stop whatever movement you're doing that causes the pain. So we're going to be going through various stretches and movements. We'll be starting out with some standing stretches, then moving down to seated, and then briefly moving down to the mat. So again, anything that doesn't work for you, please don't do it. I'll try to give you some modifications, some variations, just to make things so that there's something for everyone. So why don't we get started standing? We're going to start out with a little bit of balance. I always start with balance and coordination, no matter what type of a class I'm teaching, because it is very, very important for us. So your chair's there if you need it for safety's sake. Safety always comes first. So we're going to start out with just some lifting of the right knee to a count of 4. We're going to try to hold it for a count of 6 and then lower it for a count of 4. Hands wherever's comfortable, on the hips, down by the sides, whatever's good for you. So right knee first, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do that a few more times. So again, bring it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, 4, and again, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. Let's try one more time, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. All right, so that gave you a hard time. You know what to practice. And as you get better at it, try increasing that middle number, the 6 that we just did, to 8, 10, 12. Every day you should be practicing your balance. It's really that important. All right, so we're going to take our right foot, you're going to put it in front of the left, heel to toe, like you're on a tightrope. I'm turning sideways just so that you can see. And I'm not having them touch, a slight gap, just so you don't catch one foot on the other. So I call this rock the boat or rocking horse, whatever you prefer. We are just going to rock forward, lifting your back heel up. Just feel all the weight shifting to that front foot. And then just rock it back, lifting the front toes up. Again, rock yourself forward, back heel comes up. Rock it back, front toes up. 2 more times, rocking it forward, back heel up. Rocking it back, front toes up. Last time, rock it forward, back heel up. Rock it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, but stay in your tightrope. So we're going to make it a little bit more challenging by actually picking up that right foot and putting it behind the left, still on your tightrope. We're going to do that a few more times, bringing it back in front. So now we're just changing the level of our motion, taking it behind and in front. 2 more times, bring it behind and in front. Last time, taking it behind, bringing it in front. And feet are parallel. So we're going to do that same thing on the same series of movements on the other side, starting with our knee lifting up. We're not symmetrical, so one side, we always have a good side and a bad side, so don't be surprised by that. This is my bad side, so we'll see what happens. All right, bring that left knee up, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4, and again, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Try to focus on something not moving. It helps a little bit. Bring that up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. You may have also noticed something about that standing leg. Muscles were working to keep you balanced, and you may feel them moving by you trying to keep yourself balanced. So you're working those muscles big time just by the fact of balancing. So it does work your core and other muscles as well. All right, so that same leg, now you're going to put it in front. We're going to do a rock the boat. So now that left foot is in front. You're going to rock slightly forward, bring that back heel up. And take it back, front toes up. Again, taking it forward, back heel up. Taking it back, front toes up. 2 more times, rock it forward, lift that back heel. Rock it back, front toes up. Last time, take it forward, back heel up. Take it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, stay on your tightrope. Now you're going to actually pick up the left leg, left foot, put it behind the right, adding a little more movement, bringing it back in front. And again, taking it behind and in front. 2 more, take it behind and front. Last one, take it behind and in front. And keep your feet parallel. All right, so we are going to do some foot movement. You can keep your shoes on. You don't have to take your shoes off. If they're off, that's fine. Mine are off because I really want you to see the action within your toes. I want you to lift within your shoes, lift your toes up. I'll turn sideways so you can see. I'm not balancing. I'm not shifting my weight. I'm just lifting the toes all the way up. So try lifting your toes up in your shoes and then let them come down. And again, lift the toes up and let them down. 2 more times, lift them all the way up and down. 1 more, lift them up and down. Now see if you can just lift your big toes up. Lift those big toes up and then lower them down. And again, just the big toes and lower. 1 more time, just lift the big toes up and lower them down. So now we're going to shift our weight. We're not lifting the heels. We're not lifting the balls of the feet up, but we are just going to shift the weight forward. And it's going to look like I'm just leaning forward a little bit. Just feel how that weight goes, how the balance is. And then I'm just leaning back a little bit, not enough that you're going to fall over. Just shift the weight. And again, just lean it forward. Feel the weight shift. You might feel your toes gripping on. Lift, lean it back. Just 1 more in each direction. So leaning it forward, feeling the toes grip into your shoes, leaning it back. And now find that spot where your foot is just balanced evenly. The weight is evenly distributed on your feet the way you would normally stand. Just getting that little bit of in touch with the mind and the body and what you're feeling and how the body is working. So now the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to imagine you're sliding your kneecaps up. So you're really just going to tense the muscles or squeeze the muscles in the leg. So shift your kneecaps up, feel them come up or visualize them come up, and then just let them relax. You're not going to really see much. Lift the kneecaps up, let them relax. Just 1 more time, lift them up and let them relax. All right, so we are going to take it to a little bit of a squat-like position. Think of a yoga chair position where we're going to slightly bend the knees, slightly bend the hips, and you're going to reach your hands up just chest height. I'll turn sideways so that you can see. And we're gonna all do that together. So as I slightly lift my hands, I'm gonna inhale. And exhale as you come down. Now try not to let the knees go all the way forward, just almost sit back a little bit. So inhale, more like you're sticking your booty out. And exhale as you come up. 2 more times, inhale. And exhale 1 more time. So we're not really doing squats or anything. Inhale, should really feel not much on the knees at all. And exhale and come up. So now we're going to add some heel lifts to that. As we lift the heels up, the arms are going to come out to the side, and then we're going to do a little combination. So I'm lifting my heels up. It doesn't have to be a lot. So lift the heels up, bring the arms up to the side, lower them down. And again, grip onto the floor with the feet. Lift it up and take it down. 2 more times. Lift up, take it down. 1 more time. Lift it up. And lower it down. So we're going to put those 2 movements together. We're going to take it into this little bit of a squat-like position and then take it up to the heel lifting. So here we go, just making it flow nice and gentle. So inhale as you're taking it down. Exhale as you're coming to this point. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lift, lower the arms. And again, just taking it down, just breathe on your own. Anything that you want to do, come back up. Lift the heels up, arms out to the side, and taking it down. 2 more times, taking it down, bringing the arms back, heels up, lift to the sides, and take it down. Let's go 1 more, sitting it down, reach it forward, arms down, and take it up, and bringing it all the way down. All right, good job with that. So we are going to take it into little bit of a wider stance with a little bit of a turnout from the hips. So we have a ball and socket joint in the hips, and it allows the legs to go in several different motion in around direction. The knees are not like that. So whenever we want to bring the leg out, we're twisting from the hip, not trying to do any kind of twisting with the knees. The knees are not meant to twist. So we are going to take it in a gentle, just coming down, low, bending the knees a little bit, and then coming back up, trying to have your knees come out to the sides. Almost think of tracking your knees between your 2nd and 3rd toes. So visualize where they are, even with the shoes on, where that is, and just slightly coming down a little bit and bringing it up. So notice in the down position, it looks like a dog house or a doggy dormer, taking it down for 3 and slowly coming up. Very gently, not too far, taking it down for 4 and bringing it up. I'm going to add just arm movements to that. We're just going to bring the arms out to the sides and then bring them down. Taking them out for 2 and down, out for 3 and down and 4 and down. So from here, we're going to take it into some side bends. So you're going to take that left hand and just kind of slide it down your leg. Now the right hand, if you have issues or anything, you can just keep your right hand where it is. If you want a deeper stretch and you're able to bring the arm up and over, then bring it up and over. And we're going to alternate to the other side, just taking it over and bringing it down. And if you are able to get that arm up, you should feel the stretch between the muscles in the rib cage, and take it down, bringing it over. We're going to go 1 more on each side, bringing it over and up. Last side over and down. So I'm going to combine those 2. We're going to take it into a little bit of a down and up, taking it to the right and over to the left. I'm sorry, I'm making things mirror image, so I just kind of messed up a little bit. So I'm sorry if I confused you. I'll get it right the second time. So here we go. We're going to take it down, bringing it up. We're going to go to the left, the real left, your left, and over to your right. And again, taking it down and up, taking it to your left and to your right. We're gonna go one more time, taking it down and up, your left, and over to your right, and taking it back. All right, so we are going to do something called a roll down. I'm going to give you a couple of different levels of the roll down. Your roll down can be as simple as you're going to tuck in the belly, slightly bend the knees. You're going to tuck your chin and just slide your hands just to your knees, getting a little bit of a stretch in the back. I'm supported by holding my hands on my thighs. Those of you who are more flexible and are used to doing yoga ragdolls, you can also come down a little farther, reaching for your chair, or coming all the way down, just reaching towards the floor if you've done that before. To roll yourself back up, you can place your hands on the chair or on your thighs, or just roll yourself up if you're used to doing that. So you should feel nothing in that lower back. Modification, if even that was too much for you, just to do this, really just stretch and then come all the way up. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Pick what is safest for you. Again, you can just do a little bit of a cat-cow standing or taking it into the roll down. So you're going to start by tucking your chin, engage the abs, slightly bend the knees, and roll yourself down, stopping at the point that is safest for you. Support your back, coming all the way down or to what your level is. Those of you who may have done a yoga ragdoll, you can just let your hands and your head just gently just circle around. And now slowly roll yourself back up. One more time. Tuck the chin, engage the abs, slightly bend the knees, and start rolling yourself down, just stopping at the point that feels good. And if it works for you, you can just let the hands and the head dangle. And now slowly bring yourself all the way back up. So we're going to do a couple of arm circles, some shoulder circles. Use the back of the chair to stretch out the front of the legs, and then we're going to take it to our seated stretches. So for arm circles, your hands are forward. Your circles can be small or big, depending on whatever's good for you. Make them as big as you can, but safe for you. So I'm bringing them forward, up and around. We're going to go 4 in each direction, and up and around for 2. And around for 3, opening up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more time, up and around for 4. Reverse that motion, taking it back and around. And taking it for 2. All around for 3. Last one, and around for 4. And taking it down. So we're going to do the same thing just with our shoulders. Going to take it up and around, forward for 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and take them backwards, up and around for 1. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the way back if you can, and 2, and 3, and 4. So I'm going to take it to some elbow circles. So again, be mindful of what's good for you. I'm going to show you first. I'm bringing my arms all the way up. I'm going to reach for my shoulders, and then I'm going to circle around. Now, a modification for that is you can just circle your elbows around in this position, or coming up bigger like this. You don't have to bring them all the way up, or you don't have to keep them on your shoulders if that's not good for you. So again, leave out or take in whatever is appropriate for you. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale, bringing the arms all the way up. Exhale as you reach your fingers towards your shoulders if you can, or modify, and then just breathe normally. I'm keeping my hands on my shoulders. If that's not good for you, then adjust. And I'm just bringing my elbows around for 1, and 2, and 3. We're only going in this one direction, and 4, and bringing them down. All right, so I'm going to use the back of my chair. We're going to stretch out the front of the thigh into the hip. So you're going to take that right leg and just step it back nice and big, nice wide stretch. And now without leaning back or feeling anything in the lower back, just try to press your hip forward, feeling that little bit of a stretch in here, a little bit of stretch in the front of the thigh. If you're able to drop that right knee a little bit without putting any pressure on it, feel that stretch intensify a little bit more, hold the position to what amount of time is good for you. And then I'm just going to slowly straighten out both legs, lower the back heel, feel the stretch in the calf. And from here, without rounding or arching the back, I'm going to hinge at the hips. I'm going to lean forward, feeling the stretch now in the back of that front leg. And slowly coming all the way back up and bring the feet parallel. If the back of the thighs, those are the hamstring muscles, are very tight and you don't stretch them out, you can be causing yourself lower back pain because the tight muscles pull on the back. So sometimes the more you stretch and the more flexible you get, the better you are treating your back. So that could be one cause of some low back pain, could be very tight muscles. So stretching is so very important. So we're going to do the same thing with the other legs. You're going to bring back that left foot, stepping it back as far as you can, nice and wide, slightly pressing your left hip forward, and then slightly dipping that left knee down, still pressing the hip forward, getting more of a stretch there. Try not to let that front knee go forward past your toes. Keep them over the ankle. Again, safer for you. You won't strain anything. And then you're coming all the way up. Both legs are straight. Pressing the back heel towards the floor as much as you can, feeling the stretch in the calf. Now you're going to keep your back flat. You're going to hinge at the hips, just fold the body in half, feeling the stretch now in the front leg, but at the back of that leg. Getting the hamstring stretch right here. Trying to keep your back as flat as you can. And then slowly bringing yourself up. So we are going to take it to our chair. We're going to do a little bit of coordination. Now be mindful, I always want to remind people that the floor is slippery and the edge of the chair is rounded, so it is easy to tip. So just be mindful of that. I'm kind of sitting on the corner for myself. That just works better for me. So we are going to take it into some coordination things. You're going to bring your hands, imagine you're hugging a big tree in front of your chest. You're going to be opening the left arm out to the left as you're going to tap that right leg out to the right. We're going to go 8 times in that direction, then 8 times in the other. Then we're going to do something to the front. We're going to put it all together. All right, so left arm, right leg, just tapping it out, opening the chest and coming back. Bringing it for 2 and coming back. And 3 and back. Taking it for 4 and bring it back. And here's 5. And make that 6. And 7. And 8. Now other side, right into the other side for 1. And bring it in. And 2. Taking it for 3. And 4. And 5. And if your arm's getting tired, you can lower them. And 6, that's okay. Taking it for 7 and 8. Good. So we're going to alternate that. We're only going to do 4. We'll only go 3 sets. So right leg, left arm alternating. So here that's 1 and other side, and 2 and other side, and 3 and other side. All right. So we're going to do something similar now to the front. So I know, it's like, okay, easy with one side and the other, and then all of a sudden, which is good, it's a brain exercise. All right, so still having the hands up front, but again, if they get tired, you can lower them. You're going to lift your right knee up and down as you lower your left hand. You're not touching the leg that's moving. The tendency is to tap the knee that's coming up. We're tapping the other. All right, right leg, left arm, taking it for 1, stay on the same side, and 2, and 3, and 4. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch other side for 1, and 2. That's 3, and 4, and 5. Yeah, we're going to alternate this, and 6, and 7, and 8. Then just 3 sets. So here we go. So that's 1, and switch, and 2, and switch, and 3, and switch. All right, so how about if we do the side one, the front, and alternate that for 4 sets? All right, you can practice. Next week, we'll see what happens. All right, so we are going to do that, alternating all 4 moves. So I'm going to say side, side, front, front, side, side, front, front, side, side, front, front 4 times. So here we go. Right leg, left arm to the side, and front, and front. And again, to the side, and front, and front. 2 more sets to the side, and front, and front. Last set to the side, and front, and front. Okay. That's it for our brain challenge. We can let our brains rest a little bit. All right. But you know, things like that are important. Just the coordination, the movement, the brain connecting to what the body's doing is good for us to do. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And it's important. We have to keep everything moving, because as we get older, everything kind of falls apart there. So we want to make sure we keep it all going. All right. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, next week we're going to do another challenge where we're going to come up like this, out, outside, and down like that. So that'll be next week, maybe. All right. So we're going to do some seated stretches here. We're going to start out with a little bit of a wide stance here. You're going to be pressing 2 things. If your arms get tired, holding them out to the side, then you can lower them. We're going to be pushing our knees back for 10 counts. And then we're going to take it over to the side, and then we're going to twist. So if your arms get tired holding them out, you can place them here and then just press them back. So that's a little bit of a modification. So pressing the knees back for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretching them out. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to lean to the right, placing your hand on that right thigh, looking up if you can. We're going to lower that right arm either in front of the right leg or behind it. Behind is easier, in front is a little harder. Mindful of your chair. And now you're going to slowly bring it up. If you need to push against the leg, push against the leg. We are going to give a little bit of a torso twist so that right hand comes forward. As you just twist, look all the way over the left. And then just reach forward, 3 little pulses. And that's 2 and 1. And bringing it back. We're going to take it from the top, pressing the legs back again. If your arms are getting tired, you can put them down and press it back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time you're going to lean towards the left, reaching the hand on the thigh if you can, looking up. That left hand goes either in front or behind the left leg. Remember, behind is easier, in front, or it can stay where it is. You don't have to move it at all. Bringing it all the way down. And then coming up, if you need to place your hand on the thigh to help you up, help yourself in any way. Now we're going to twist to the right. So that left hand is forward. You're looking all the way over that right shoulder. And now you're just going to reach forward for 3 little pulses for 1, 2, 3, and bringing it all the way back, bringing the arms down, rolling the shoulders. So it's kind of borrowing a little bit from Yoga Warrior, mixed in with the Pilates Saw. So we're just kind of mixing and matching some different movements that stretch and work our bodies. So we're going to stretch a little bit of the leg. You're going to take your right foot, heel down, toe up. This might be enough of a stretch for you. You might not have to go any farther than this. If you want a deeper stretch, you're going to lean towards your foot. Try not to place any weight on that knee joint because you're just going to stress it out. It's not good. Be mindful of the chair that you don't slide out from under it. One of these days I will fall off my chair. All right, so we're leaning forward, reaching towards the toe or past the toe, depending on your level of flexibility. Don't force anything. Don't bounce anything. It's meant to feel good. It's not meant to strain or stress you out. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. Ideally, we should be holding those stretches anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. But we'd be here all day. All right, so that same leg, the right leg, you can either cross at the ankle and open up the hip, barring no hip issues. If you are more flexible and you can get that right ankle on top of the left thigh, then do that. Again, stay in the position that is best for you. And then if you have no hip issues, you can press into the inner thigh, feel that stretch, get to the point where it feels good, a little bit of tension, but no pain. And then leaning forward. Be mindful. What are you feeling when you lean forward? Where are you feeling it? Should be feeling it in that outer glute area, a little bit there, maybe in the inner thigh, depending on how tight your muscles might be. And then slowly bringing yourself up. You're going to place your left hand in the center of the right thigh. Use that leg for leverage as you push against it and just look all the way over that right shoulder. And a little bit of a torso twist here. And then bringing yourself back to the center. Rotate your ankle 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The stiffer and tighter your ankles are, the more prone you are to falls. Almost think of a shock absorber, like how it bends and moves. If you're walking and your ankle is like almost frozen because it's not used to bending, and then you trip on something or you hit a crack on the sidewalk, and if your ankle isn't flexible enough to bend, you may go over, you may fall. So it's so important to keep your ankles and everything as flexible as you can. All right, so we're going to take that leg down. We're going to do the same stuff to the other leg, starting with the heel down, toe up, leaning towards the leg. Don't put any pressure on the knee. Reaching towards your toes, reaching past the toes, trying to keep your back flat, not rounding or hunching over. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. And you can cross either at the ankle or bring the leg up, again, depending on what is best for you. And barring no hip issues, pressing into the inner thigh, just feel the stretch, feel what you're feeling. It should feel good. And now leaning forward, being mindful of where you're feeling that stretch. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. Now you're going to take the right hand in the center of the left thigh. Use that for leverage as you press into the thigh, looking all the way over that left shoulder. Again, don't force anything. And bringing yourself back to center. Rotate the ankle 5 times. That's 1, 2. I hear snap, crackle, and pop on mine. 3, 4, and 5, and reverse for 1. As long as it does it, there's no pain. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just bring that leg down. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. You're gonna have your arms out to the sides. Think of the letter A. And at any time, if your arms get tired, just let them fall down to the sides. You're gonna just lower your right ear to the right shoulder. Again, if that's too much for you, then bring the arm in more. You'll feel less of a stretch. And up and over to the other side. Left ear to the left shoulder. And coming back up and then just relaxing the arms. So you're going to keep your chin level like you're on a shelf, and you're going to look all the way over towards that right shoulder without twisting the body. And now still keep that chin level as you look all the way over the other shoulder, all the way up and around. And take it back to the center. We're going to do a variation on that. You're going to look over the right shoulder again. You're going to drop your chin and roll it across your chest, going all the way from right to left. And then look back to the center. Then look all the way over the left shoulder. Drop your chin, roll it from left, all the way over to the right, and back to the center. So you're going to lower your right ear to the right shoulder. You could stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you. If you want a deeper stretch and you know you have no neck issues, you can take the right fingertips at that left temple and just add a little bit of mild tension. If it doesn't feel good, go back to the movement before. If you want a deeper stretch, you can try taking that left hand and reaching it to the side like we did earlier, with the arm away from the body. If that's too much, come closer or bring it back to where it was. And if you want an even deeper stretch, and if you know you're okay with it, you can take that left hand behind the back, feeling a different level of stretch there. Again, if it doesn't feel good, come out of the position or go back to the prior stretch that felt okay. And if the hand is behind the back, just release the hand from behind the back, release the hand at the head. And if you need assistance just bringing the head up, you can use your hand to bring it up, because sometimes if your head's down in that position for a while, it might feel like you need a little hand, so to speak. So now let's do the same thing on the other side. You're going to slowly lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Enjoy that initial stretch. Again, that might be enough. Now you're going to take the left fingertips at the right temple, gently bringing that little bit of tension there, then adding that right hand towards the floor, feeling what that feels like. With every move, let it register. What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? And lastly, taking that right hand behind the back for an even deeper stretch. And then releasing the hand that's behind the back. Release the hand that's at the head. And if you need assistance, just help your head come up. So we're going to bring our arms in front with a 90-degree angle. And then you're just going to lower your chin, reach your fingertips to the crown of the head, and then let the weight of your arms just gently bring your head down a little bit. You don't want to yank, pull, or tug on your head. And then releasing the fingertips and then slowly bringing your head back up. So we did a roll down while we were standing up. We're going to do a little bit of a version of a roll down seated. Before we do that, we're going to do a seated version of a yoga cat cow. So you're just going to bring your hands on the tops of the thighs. I'm turning a little sideways so that you can see. And you're going to, as you slide your fingers past your knees, imagine somebody put a rope around your midsection and they're pulling your spine back as your head's going forward. So we're rounding our back. Think of a cat. A regular cat cow would be done kneeling and you'd be pushing your back towards the ceiling, rounding that back. We're stretching out our spine a little bit. So again, be mindful if you've never done something like that before. So sliding your fingers towards the knees, you're tucking your chin, belly button in. Imagine somebody's pulling your spine the other direction and you're just getting that little curve in the spine. And now slowly coming up. Imaginary string pulling your head up to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together and chest proud. So that's our cow part. And taking it back to the cat, sliding the fingers towards these knees, tucking the chin, belly button in. Your back is getting pulled back as you're rounding that back, stretching out the spine. And then slowly coming up nice and tall, chest proud, shoulder blades squeezing together. And relaxing. So now taking it into a seated roll down, again, be mindful of the chair. You're going to start with your chin. So you're tucking your chin, belly button in, sliding your hands all the way down, just like we did cat-cow, but going a little farther like we did in the roll down, letting your hands and head just dangle. You can always keep your hands on your thighs to support if something doesn't feel right. And now slowly curl yourself back up. You can place the hands on the thighs and give yourself a little bit of assistance if coming up is a little bit difficult for you. We're going to do that one more time. Tucking the chin, rolling yourself down, one vertebra at a time, bone by bone by bone. Only coming to the point that is safe for you. And then slowly rolling yourself back up, placing your hands on the thighs if you need that assistance to bring yourself all the way back up. And we're going to take it into a little bit of a hip and leg stretch. Where we're going to be, I'll give you a couple of modifications. The most difficult way that we're doing it is bringing the arms out to the side. You're going to hug your knee into your chest and then releasing it with the arms out to the side. A little bit of a modification. You can reach underneath the thigh and just bring the leg in and down like this, just bringing it up, or just reach here without bringing the arms out to the side. So we're going to go for 5 of them on each leg. So 5 on one side, then 5 on the other side. Reaching the arms wherever is good for you. Bringing your right knee up a little bit, either reaching to the shin or underneath the thigh, whatever's best, and then opening it up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And again, just slowly bringing that knee into the shin and opening it up, or just reaching down. Again, there's other ways you can do that. And again, reaching in for 3, feel that lower back release doing that and opening it up and taking it for 4 and reach. One more on this leg, taking it for 5 and reach, taking it now to the other side. Slowly bring that left knee in, hug it in, or reach behind the back of the thigh, reach it out, and taking it for 2 and reach, and for 3 and reach it out. 2 more coming up, taking it for 4 and reach. Last one, taking it for 5 and reach and bring the arms down. Right, so we're gonna bring our shoulders all the way up, back and down, and then let the arms just kind of hang. We're just setting our body up for the next little thing that we're going to do. We're going to be doing some heel lifts. And at the same time, we're going to add some arm reaches. Now the arms can reach either down to the sides or up, your preference. Or, so you can just reach down. We're going to add those with our heel lifts. So for starters, you're just going to bring your shoulders up, bring them back and all the way down, and just feel that good posture position. Let the hands just dangle from your sides. And you can relax a little bit, don't strain too much, but try to keep that up nice and tall position. as we slowly lift the heels up as high as you can, toes are still on the floor, and then lower the heels down. Again, lift the heels all the way up and lower them down. I'm going to add some specific breathing. You can breathe any way you want though. Inhale up, exhale down. And again, inhale up, exhale down. Keep that pattern or change it any way you want. Knee heels up and down. I'm going to reach after the next one, up and down. So reach whatever position is good for you, either up, side, or down. And then bring them right back into your body, bringing it up for 2 and bring it in, taking it for 3 and in 2 more, bringing it for 4 and in, last one, taking it for 5 and bringing it all the way in and bringing the arms down and just rolling those shoulders a couple of times back, a couple of times forward. Right, good job with that. How we all doing? Good?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna roll, taking a little bit with the hip area by just kind of rolling the foot in a circle. Now, I'm gonna go for 4 like that, and you can continue like that, or bring it up and around. So that's totally up to you. We're gonna do 8 total. So bringing it around for 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to lift. You can stay where you are for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Same thing on the other side, starting with the foot down, and you could always progress to lifting. So around for 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the lift if you want to. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. All right, so we're going to make our way down to the mat. Again, some of the things that we do on the mat, you can do in a chair. When I say on your backs, reaching your hands and feet to the opposite direction, bringing your knee into your chest, bringing the leg over and opening out to the side. So you can do a lot of that while you're in the chair. So you'll be on your backs. Your hands and feet are going to stretch to the opposite side of the room. Imagine somebody has taken hold of your wrists and your ankles, and they are gently pulling you in the opposite direction. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. And again, nice deep inhale. And exhale. And then just breathe normally. And I'm going to slowly bring my right knee into my chest, reaching the hands behind the back of the thigh, just like we did earlier when you were bringing the knee in, feeling that lower back release. We're going to go for 3 extensions. So you're just extending the leg out straight for 1 and bend, and 2 and bend, 1 more, and 3 and bend. Now rotate your ankle 3 times, take it around for 1, 2, slow and controlled, and 3. Reverse that for 1, 2 and 3. And you're going to take that left hand on the outside of the right leg and just gently bring it over, stretching out the side of the leg. And then opening out that same leg, opening outwards. Opening out the thigh, stretching out the thigh area. And taking it back to the center, releasing that leg and sliding it back to where it was. And now the same thing on the other side. So bring your left knee into the chest, hands behind the thigh. Go for your 3 extensions, straightening out the leg and bend. 2 more, straighten and bend. 1 more. Straighten and bend. You're going to rotate the ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3. Reverse that for 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to take the right hand on the outside of that left leg and just bringing it over a little bit, stretching the outside of the leg. And opening it up, taking it out towards the other side, stretching out the inner thigh. And taking it back to the center and lowering that foot to the mat. So you're going to reach for your rope. You're going to place that underneath that right foot and extend that foot out. Flex your foot as much as you can. Feel the stretch in that calf area. And slowly bring that leg up a little bit more. Again, just find the position where you're getting a good enough stretch for yourself. So if you're on the chair, keep that left leg bent. If you're out on a mat and you want more flexibility, try sliding that leg out. I just don't want anyone to fall off the chair. And if you can, you're going to place both pieces of your rope in your right hand, extending the left arm out, looking towards that left hand, opening that leg out to the side. And slowly bringing that leg back up. And we're just going to bend that leg. You're going to take that rope and place it underneath the other foot. Extending that leg out. Flex your foot, feeling the stretch in the calf. And then slowly bringing that leg up a little bit more if you can. Again, if you're in the chair, keep your right leg still bent. If you're on the mat and you're a little more flexible, you can try sliding that right leg out straight. Placing both pieces of your rope now in your left hand, the right arm out to the side, and just slowly lowering that left leg out to the side if you can. And bringing that leg all the way back up. And removing the rope. So we're going to make our way up to side position. Now, if you're in the chair and you're able to, you're just going to bring that leg down like this. If you're on the mat, you're going to either push the leg away or reach for your ankle if you can. We're stretching the front of the thigh into the hip area. So if you're on the chair, you don't have to reach for your ankle, just push the leg back. And now we're just going to take it over to the other side. So just transfer what you did on one side to the other side, finding that right position for you that gives you a good stretch. Either pushing the leg back or reaching for the ankle. Again, we don't want to strain to get there. And releasing that leg, and we're going to all safely make our way up to a standing position. So we're going to bring your left arm out to the side. You're gonna just bring it in front, take the right hand palm up and just reach for that forearm and just gently guide it over for a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Again, be mindful of your shoulders if you have a shoulder issue. Some of you may see a deeper stretch like this where you're actually at the elbow bringing it in. That's just another version. If you're used to that, you know, you can take it either way. And then you're going to reach that arm out front, slowly bringing the fingers up, bending at the elbow. You can either push back a little bit more, or if you're used to coming up and over. But if you're struggling to get to this position, then you may want to just press that arm back, taking it into a little bit of a side bend. And bringing yourself back up, releasing that hand. So you're going to, same hand, left hand out like you're saying stop. Right hand gently pulls the fingers back. If you want a deeper stretch than that, you can flip the palm up and bring the fingers down. It's a little more intense. Again, go with what's good for you. And then releasing that arm. And now the same thing on the right side. So bringing the arm out to the side for starters. Taking it in front of you. Left hand palm up. Just gently reach for the forearm and just bring that arm, straight arm across your chest. Again, you may want to try it like this. But if you feel like you're tying yourself up in knots, keep it simple. And now same arm out in front. Slide your hand under the upper arm, reach the fingers up towards the sky, then bend at the elbow, pressing forward to get that nice stretch in the back of the arm there. Those of you who are more flexible, we want to reach up and over if you can do it, but if you can't reach, stay here. Otherwise, you're not getting a stretch at all. Then taking it over to that slight side bend. And bringing yourself all the way back up, bringing the arms down. And same hand, taking it forward. Gently bring the fingers back. Doing that again, taking it up, over. Taking it over to the other side again, just out, because we always stress the forearms. Taking it up and over. Now you're going to interlace your fingers if you can. Flip the palms away from you. Reach it out. Pull back into the chest. Reach it up if you can. And taking it all the way down. And now you're just going to drop your hands behind the back, reaching as far as you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. If you want even a deeper stretch and you're able to interlace the fingers, but don't strain to get there. And then you're just driving the knuckles down towards the floor, opening up the chest. If this is too much, just stay here, the hands behind you. And now we're bringing the palms forward. My heels are slightly together. As we inhale, the hands go up, the eyes look up to the ceiling. As you exhale, turn the palms away, the eyes look down to the ground, but we're not moving our head. One last time, inhale up, hands up, eyes look up. Exhale down, hands down, and eyes look down. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Any comments or any suggestions for other things that you would enjoy that I would do, I'd be more than happy to. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay.